Morning guys, so today we're going to go through a Form A. So this video is going to be suitable for those of you who are going through a divorce and you're looking to make a financial application to the court because you and your spouse can't agree on how the finances are to be divided. So this form will trigger a hearing, and in finances we have 3 hearings maximum of generally. So this will trigger a hearing date for your first hearing. Okay, so we'll go through the form. So page 1, you've got to input the name of the court. That's going to be the court nearest to where you live. So you can Google family court nearest to where you live, put in your postcode. Again, on the government website, it has what we call a court and tribunal finder. So if you put in your postcode, it will tell you. Case number, that's the number that's on your divorce petition. So lift that number off your divorce petition and pop it in there. You put in your full name and the full name of your spouse, and your spouse will now be the respondent, okay? Nature of the application. So this is going to be a application to sort out finances. So you'll tick in connection with matrimonial proceedings or civil partnership, if you're doing a civil partnership. Has the court granted you a decree nisi? You tick yes or no. It doesn't matter if you haven't had your decree nisi yet. You just need your decree nisi before the court can make the order. But at this stage, we're just making an application. So you have to tick yes or no there. And then it asks you about your decree absolute or dissolution order if it's a civil partnership. Then it goes on to ask which of these statements apply. So you're applying to the courts for, and then it will ask you to proceed with the application in divorce or dissolution or nullity. Most of you are going to be ticking divorce on that or dissolution. And then on the other side of the page, it says, what do you want? Now, if you don't know what you want at this stage, because maybe you haven't taken any legal advice, so you're not sure what you're entitled to, just tick all of them, or tick the ones that you know will apply to you. It might be a property adjustment order, so you want the property sold, or you want to buy your spouse out of the property, or you want your spouse to buy you out of the property. Or perhaps it's a lump sum order, perhaps it's a pension share. As I say, if you don't know at the moment, just tick a few of them. And if you leave some blank and you later find out that you're entitled to them, that's okay. Don't worry about that either. This is just giving the court an idea of what it is that you're looking for. Then it asks if you want to discharge an order, in particular a periodical payments order. So you would tick yes or no to that, or leave it blank. Additional information, if you're applying for an order that you've already agreed to, this is where we'd indicate there. But at the moment, we're not doing that because this is to trigger an application, to trigger some hearing dates. Then we just go into some admin, really. So they want the address of the property. If you've ticked that you want a property adjustment order higher up, this is where you'll put in the address of the property. And then you'll have to give them the details. If the property has a mortgage, who has the mortgage on that property, okay? Then we talk about if you're asking for periodical payments for children, it wants some information there about the children, okay? And that's all very self-explanatory. Is it for a stepchild? Is it in addition to child support maintenance? Generally, you won't know probably at this stage if you're asking for periodical payments for children, so leave that blank. The second question continues to ask about the child support agency. So again, that may or may not apply to you. If your application includes an application in relation to 1 or more children, so if you're looking at the children element of this, you just need to put in the children's details here. Again, a lot of this may not apply if you're just regularly applying for a hearing date to sort out finances between you and your spouse. Then we've got service details. So where is the court going to serve you with a sealed copy of this application, and where are they going to send you the details of the hearing date and what you need to do next? If you're represented by a solicitor, and you may be thinking about being represented by a solicitor, then include their details here. Obviously let the solicitor know that you've done that. If not, you're going to put in your address and your details. If you don't want the other side to know your address, complete a C8 form. A C8 form will let the court know that you want your address to be kept confidential, okay? Then you're going to be asked, we're on page 6 now, for your spouse's address for service. because the court's going to send a copy out to your spouse. If you can give an email address here as well as an address, that's really helpful so that the court have got the respondent's email address on record. The hearings are virtual, a lot of them now, so it's always handy to give the court as much information as you possibly can. Page 7, we're now talking about the MIAMS form, which is the mediation. If you don't qualify for exemptions to mediation, you have to attach a MIAMS form, and this is where you'll do that, okay? If you do qualify for exemptions, they start on page 8. I'm going to whiz past all the exemptions. So the exemptions are, for example, domestic violence, urgency. Is this an urgent application? You don't have time to go to mediation. Have you already attended a mediation? It didn't work, for example. So previous MIAMS, or are there other exemptions? So have a read through those. One of them may apply to you. You only need to do one exemption. If not, then you're going to attach your MIAMS form, which is at page 12. And then you're going to sign it. You're going to sign it, you're going to date it, you're going to send it in. There's a little checklist there to complete, to make sure that you filled it all in properly, and then you're going to send it into court. My advice would be to email it to the court. You can post it, but posting is going to take a lot longer than emailing it to the court. Generally, if you have instructed a solicitor, they will upload it on the portal for you. That's even quicker. You'll then get a hearing date within a couple of days. Generally, the courts are issuing them fairly quickly, within sort of 5 working days. And that's it. Shouldn't take you too long. Don't get too caught up on the part that asks, what are you looking for? Are you looking for a lump sum property adjustment order? Because as I say, if you get that bit wrong, it doesn't matter. You can fix that up later on down the track. And that's it. Send it in. Court fee for that one is £275.